Okay, so this is another video in the student engagement series. What I've just done is I've just taught two classes this morning, and they couldn't have been more different in terms of student engagement. The first class, they've done the work, but you can tell there's only about 5 people in the class who are actually prepared to go out there and really grab the session, really grab the material and think, wow, yeah, I'm learning this, and how fantastic is it that I'm getting my head around it. The rest are very much, oh, I'm in another class like this. Now, what's the effect that has? Class number 1 that I taught, what they do is they don't really understand that the learning doesn't take place in their heads or in my heads. It takes place out there. It's in the middle between us, and there's a certain energy that occurs in the class. And you'll find that once you get a certain critical mass of people in a class who are engaged, something comes alive. Everybody's learning from everybody else. I can't put all of that learning in there. I can only put a 50% in there. I can facilitate it. But you get this energy bombing around from the rest of the class, and they all get to grip with the facts. They're all working out, well, hang on, what is the law here? Well, I've got 3 points of law. I've got to apply it to get 3 facts and glue that to the law, and so I've applied it consistently all the way through. Now, the learning takes place in the middle of the class, and everyone's wonderfully engaged. And it's like the ball is rolling down the hill when that happens. But the class I had this morning, the first one, that doesn't happen. So I'm having to put so much effort into trying to get the information out of them. They're not committing anything. And what I think students don't understand is that the effect of that on your teacher is that the teacher's thinking, oh God, this is really hard work. It's like blood out of a stone. And so it sets the tutor off their game. You're thinking, hang on a minute, are they getting this? Are they not? I keep confirming, okay, does everyone understand this? Does everyone understand this? But you're constantly thinking, hang on, because they're not giving you much feedback, you're thinking, are they actually getting this? Now, contrast that with the second class I taught. It's exactly the same subject. It's 30 minutes apart. It couldn't be more different. The second class I'm teaching, you've got students who are a little bit older, so maybe they've got a bit more experience, but they don't have any more ability, but they're engaged. Right from the moment they're getting into this session, getting into it with their teeth, and they're actually enjoying it. They're saying, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, now I know this. And you can see the enjoyment there. Now, what's the effect that has on me? Frankly, this is what makes this job the best thing in the world, because I fly through this class. It's like, after a class like that, you walk out the door and you think to yourself, my word, I got paid for that. That was fantastic. So it's the same session, but it's a completely different attitude to learning. And the students in this one, they understand that they've got to put a lot in, but then the learning takes place in between us. There's a definite energy that goes in there. I feel fired up, they feel fired up, and we power through it, and it has a massive effect on their retention. It becomes an enjoyable process. Every time they think, oh, I've got this, it's the next thing that just click, 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 and this sense of, oh, I've nailed that, I understand that now, okay, on to the next thing. And you get to the end, and at the end of the second class, they're all going, oh, thanks very much for that, Steve. That was fantastic, we really enjoyed that. At the end of the first class, they walk out, and it's very much a case of, well, you don't get any feedback at all. There wasn't any sense that anybody enjoyed that. And certainly, I know that with the second class, they definitely enjoyed it, and therefore they definitely got their heads around it, and therefore the knowledge goes in. You know, the connections that are being made in your head as you're enjoying something and doing it. I don't know the science of it, but inside your mind, it makes various connections with that learning, and it files away under, that wasn't too bad. That was quite an enjoyable experience. It makes it easier to learn. Whereas somebody who's sitting there going, oh, I have no interest in this at all, how is that learning going to go inside? How is it? So what can we conclude from this? If you just go in with an attitude of, I'm going to get to grips with this, you're positive about it, you are prepared to commit to speaking to all the other people on your table. You say, to hell with it, I'm not going to be shy, even if that's your natural inclination. You just work in the team and throw as much energy at it as possible, and you will find something magical happens. The whole class will come alive. Your tutor should come alive, because we're all committing so much of it, and that's when it becomes, frankly, the best job in the world. Did I think I taught any worse in the first class? No, I don't think so. But in terms of the effectiveness overall, I can't deny that I was a lot more effective in the second class, because all the students were throwing so much more into it. They were creating the energy. They were meeting me halfway. And unless the student does that, unless they meet me halfway, it's very difficult for them to truly, I think, get to grips with the subject matter. So, takeaways from that, what can you say? Just engage with the class. If you find it difficult, then just enjoy the process of getting around it. Throw as much energy as you can at each class, and you will definitely get more out of it. It will be easier for you to understand it. You'll get more out of your tutor, and you should basically get a better mark when it comes to the exam. Okay, over and out.